Hello. Good Tuesday afternoon. I don't have my lipstick on, it came off. I made 2 videos. I'm still gonna put them up. But I'm gonna make another one. You're gonna see triple me. Triplets. Oh, I am freezing right now. Oh my god. I opened up the hydro slash water bill where I live. The hydro bill and the water bill are put together and I pay it, right? And so I've always paid it, and I have every single one ever since we moved here. I always keep track of it as well. When I opened it, I had more than a heart attack. I hadn't even been able to sleep, nothing, and it's been on my mind. I did phone them this morning. I was not that nice to them, and I was just matter of fact, stern, and to the point, and I was just, you know. I was a little bit nicer at the end though, but we never used this much water ever. We never used this much electricity ever. And we never used this amount of electricity per day. She's trying to tell me, oh, everybody uses their air conditioners. Everybody uses more electricity, more water. They water things more, blah, 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 blah. I said, no. There's new people. There's a lot of new people that have moved into my neighborhood, and they are also foreign people. Now, don't take this wrong, people. Okay, I love people all of height and weight and races even. Sorry, I'm eating and I'm drinking and I have problems, like I said. But in our neighborhood, and yes, I live here, okay? So I know best. So anybody, shut your mouths, okay? I've lived here for 10 years. It has never been this high. This bill, this everything, okay? Now, this neighborhood is totally trash now. And I am gonna say Ontario housing, because you know how Ontario housing is lower class, and how they do have shootings, they do have knivings, people do get stabbings, what I should call it. There is crime, it's not safe, there's always sirens there, there's ambulances, there's police cars, etc., right? There's not good crime, there's not good people there, it's not always safe, it's not always clean. I mean, people do pee and poop in the hallways and everywhere else. Apartments aren't well looked after, they are torn apart, there is all kind of defacing and scribbling and all this graffiti and stuff. There is. It smells, it's dirty, people hang out there, there are gangs there, there's shootings, there's everything there. You're not safe, you don't feel safe. It's not clean, it's not nice, it's not ritzy or anything, it's not it doesn't look clean, it's not clean, there's just garbage. Like, it is like that, it is. That's why people say, oh, this is Ontario housing, and people describe other things as that. That's why, stuff like that. And that's why Ontario housing is called Ontario housing. That's why you can spot it a mile away, and that's why a lot of people say, oh, I can spot Ontario housing a mile away. Now, I don't mean to put it down or anything, and I'm not. It's just, that's how our neighborhood is now. It's got, like, when we first moved here 10 years ago, it's like we moved into the middle of nowhere. It's sort of like we moved into the woods and everything. We moved into the middle of nowhere. I didn't even know where we were. It's like I was in the dark. It's like you put a blindfold on me, and I don't even know where I went. I didn't even know where I was. I totally went on like another planet. I don't know, It's like I went to another country. It was so different. It was night and day. It was such a breather. It was so nice, and that, I mean, it was a horrible moving experience. Like anything, it was awful. I mean, my dad, oh my god, he went totally nuts. He was mental, he was ignorant, rude, he was awful. I actually was yelling at him and putting him in his place. I hate to say that right now with how he was, but he was awful. He made the moving experience horrible. So of course my brother was that way, because everybody got on his nerves, so he got bad. But of course he was bad because he is that way. you know, and we had movers and hiring movers, and it's like, how can we let the movers know, you know, that they're nuts like that? And I hated that. That was so embarrassing and stuff. And I mean, this is when, you know, back I was overweight. I had other symptoms where I was so sick and stuff, and I was just happened to get so sick at the time I couldn't even move, and here I was trying to move and pack all my stuff and get it ready, my back, my everything, all the how sick I was and stuff and everything. It was just horrible and everything. My sister kept promising me that she would come, that she would help me pack, she would help me move my stuff. As always, empty promises. That's something with my sister. I know I'm going all over the place here, but empty promises with my sister. That's something with her, you know, always empty, empty promises, you know. Anywho, I'm eating a drinking here. I have such problems, I can't even breathe. That's what I mean. I don't even know what to eat or drink or anything anymore. And what I have to eat is just horrible, and it makes you just like everything is so processed and salty, and this sodium makes you bloat, hold on to everything, it makes you gain weight, everything. It's just, makes you feel even more awful. And of course, with putting the weight on, you feel more awful, and it's harder for your poor sick body. But anyways, she wouldn't help me, and she didn't, and it was so hard to pack everything and to get boxes. My dad was going for dialysis or whatever at the time and stuff and everything, and he had like these boxes from the hospital, and he was getting and this and that. It was a good thing, because it's hard. Now you can't even get boxes. You have to pay for boxes, and it's only this odd place, like these odd factories that have boxes, and or this odd place online that will sell boxes, and they are at least $5 or more per box, just the normal size box plus taxes, and you're lucky if they're good. But anyhow, it was just a horrible moving experience. We had animals that were new that we didn't even have for too long, and they were just getting used to the way everything was and where we lived, and living in this nut household that was bad enough, and they were just young and babies, and now they're going through this moving experience that went on for a long time, and it was horrible, you know. Not too long before that, we had lost, you know, a pet, and one of our pets, a couple of pets were still alive, and just getting used to that, you know. My cat right here, you know, was dying. He was so ill, and going through all this, I was going through all this. You know, these are my pets. You know, I was losing this pet here. I was so sick. And now these are all my pets that are, you know, going through all this. I have to get used to moving. It's just horrible. But I know before that people did tap in, like just, I think it was last year or something. The people in this neighborhood, they hooked up all, the cable and the internet and everything illegally, and our cable was getting screwed up all the time. Our internet was screwed up, and as somebody used all our internet time, even my phone. To my phone, they used the internet and my phone time and everything in this neighborhood. But they're Indian people with the turbans, you know. I don't mean to make fun of anyone, but I'm just stating facts, you know. And I know they're famous for that and everything. But anywho, and we walked. My mom and I are always taking both dogs for walks around the neighborhood. They're always sitting in the garage there. They have their chairs in the garage, and they're always watching everybody and everybody in the neighborhood. It's like, okay, they're nosing out what they can do and everything. They take their little walks with their hands behind their backs, looking at it, watching what everyone's doing too. And I'm just like, okay, girlfriends, you know. But then you see all these things hooked up, all legally, all these wires, you know, into the trees and everything. You know how they hook all that up illegally? Oh yeah, there was a few of them on our street, and then the next street over, there is even more. So my mom called a few times, the cable company and all this stuff, and complained and complained and complained, and I called a few times about my phone and the internet on my phone and everything. And then guess what? Eventually, they were all taken down. Yep. And guess what? Everything was cleared up. Yep. But my mom still gets weird stuff on her internet every once in a while on her computer. So who knows still. But now, all of a sudden, this thing, you know, now, I mean, ever since then, it was getting a little weird with the hydro and with the water, so I guess they built it up ever since then, what they were doing, since they couldn't do the phone and the internet and the cell phone and the regular phone, the cable and everything, you know, I guess now they're trying to, but I guess they're picking on us because we don't know anybody in the neighborhood. We don't bother with them. And my brother was blaring his music and the bass on it and everything, and because he's all nuts and everything and everybody knows that he is, they don't like him, you know, and everything. I guess they're trying to pick on him, you know, and maybe they don't like my mom too. They know she's kind of cuckoo and whatever, you know, and since it's like, why are you guys like this, and you guys don't bother with anybody and whatever, we don't like you or whatever. But then who knows, you know, maybe, oh, you're white or something or whatever, who knows what it is, you know, in there. And she's like, well, they gotta have like a extension cord from outside, but God only knows, they probably bury it deep in the ground, you know. And now all the, you know, it's, they just bury it in the ground and all the soil is over it now, you know, when we run around. God knows, you know, they're so genius, you know, God only knows, you know, and who does know, you know, who really does. I mean, but it happened to us before. I know one time we lived on a street and they did. We kept getting bills like that. I said, no, 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 I'm not paying it. I kept telling you, I'm not paying it. I'm not paying it. This was like 20 years ago. Nope, I'm not. And then they used to get on our phone, and I used to pick up the phone and go, there's somebody on our phone. What the hell? Is Claude on our phone? Who is this? And it was the people that lived above us, and I'm like, excuse me. How many times do I have to tell you not to use my phone? This is my phone. You come down here right now and you pay the phone bill right now. And you give me like $5 for using this phone right now, etc., etc., and stuff like that. And then they would use like these codes and things. And I'm like, these are code names and that. And I would look these words up and these things like in the phone book and different things like that. It was codes for like kids helpline and stuff like that. In other words, they're saying like this kid needs help and all this stuff like that. It was like Morse code type of thing in a way and stuff like that. And I'm like, really? Because I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid by any means. So I like, interesting. So yeah, get my pretty necklace. I got this at Michael's. I put this together myself, Michael's. I seen that they had this. It's gold, and it has like little balls on it, see? And then they had this separate. You can make these necklaces, actually, and put whatever you want. You can get like little round things with little like floating little different things inside of them. It could say like love and then have beads and like a little heart gold thing floating. They had things like this at the hospital, but they're like, these are just like, this will change color and stuff. Like it's only like $5.99 each. And then 20% off I got of each thing. See, it's an anchor thing with a little bit of bling bling. My new little earrings. I have silver. These are silver bling and little blue hearts. This is my top I was talking about, you see, in the, you'll see in the video. I'm so over busting. My stomach is just bloated way out. And a heartbeat, it's tried to go down. I keep burping and I can't even breathe. Like that's normal, and I get a heartbeat right here. It goes boom, boom, and everything, and I can't even breathe. And then sometimes I can't even keep it down. I just burp and weird things and that, and I just throw it up and different things. And this bloats way out. It hurts, so my side hurts. Like all these symptoms, everybody should have, and is normal, and you should go through life. And you can't even eat food, regular food. You have to eat mushy food like baby food, or have liquids like just clear broth, or just drink. And you have to have all these symptoms and then some for the rest of your life and stuff. Anyway, that is crazy. Don't try to convince me that this is normal to eat this way and stuff and feel this way. I can't even breathe. Anyhow, my nose running and everything. Anyhow, and this hydro water bill is just nuts. And our other one is like this, and it's gonna be even more or whatever, and like $500. Almost $500 for 3 people. I mean, my brother's at work all day long, 5 days a week. And my mom and I aren't always here every single day, all day long or anything. I mean, I brush my teeth once a day. I don't care what anyone thinks. Wash my face once a day. You know, I don't even shower every day, like every other day or whatever, you know, like there's no way, you know.